Hare Krishna. Thinking is normal, but thinking about thinking is special. We all think just to exist. We can't exist without thinking. Even when we are sleeping and dreaming, we are thinking even at that time. But at that time, the thoughts may not be conscious in the sense that we are not aware at that time exactly of thinking in a disciplined or orderly way. So, what differentiates our dream state from the wake state is that we are also aware of our physical circumstances. But what characterizes us as humans is not just our thinking, whether it is while we are awake or whether while we are dreaming, but it is thinking about our thinking. That means that when we start thinking about our thinking, at that time we can decide where our thinking is going and we can choose where our thinking should be going. Now, thinking is not necessarily going all doesn't always go in desirable directions. So rather than thinking as something which we are doing, thinking we can also see as something which just happens within us, and it happens often without our consent and even against our desire. Suppose we were driving a car, and while we are driving, suppose someone just gently but slowly nudges us out of the seat and takes the seat and starts taking the car somewhere else. We would be alarmed. Hey, what is this? And we'll regain our place, or at least we'll make sure that we are going in the right direction, or we raise an alarm so that we aren't misdirected and someone comes and intervenes and protects us from going off in the wrong direction. So like that, when we start thinking, we may decide, I want to think about a particular thing. But the mind has default patterns of thinking. And as we keep thinking about these default patterns, then as these default patterns get activated, we might be thinking of one thing, but suddenly something gets activated, something gets activated, and we just get carried away. In our mental pathways, we go far away from where we intended to go. So it may not be as dramatic as somebody pushing us off the driver's seat, but actually we will end up getting pushed far away from the driver. We get displaced from being the controller of our director of our thoughts, and we will become simply the we'll be misled by our thoughts. So that's why we need to not just think but also think about our thinking. And the Bhagavad Gita talks about such introspection. The word introspection, intra is within, spectacles we have, that which enables us to see. Spectacle is to see, is that which is worthy of seeing. So like that, introspection means to see within. So when we look within and see how we are thinking, we will discern patterns. Okay, these are situations in which I become irritable. These are the situations in which I feel depressed. These are situations in which I feel cheerful. These are situations when I feel enthusiastic. And by observing thus, by recognizing that these are patterns within ourselves, rather than getting carried away by those patterns, we can choose those patterns which are conducive for our healthy mental navigation, and avoid those patterns which are unsafe in our mental thought navigation. So this sort of introspection the Bhagavad Gita recommends when it says that prakasham cha pravrittim cha mohameva cha pandava na dveshti sampravrittani na nivrittani kankshiti udasina vadasino gunairyo na vichalyate gunavartantityeva yovatishtati nengate. So Krishna says here that in 14.21-22, he says that actually 22-23, he says that when we recognize that there are different patterns of thoughts, sometimes we will feel illuminated, we'll feel very alert, very active, very clear. When we feel passionate, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that. What is this thinking I am doing? And sometimes we'll just feel lethargic, moham, not feeling like doing anything at all, not even think. At that time, we should know that these are external influences that are coming on us. That means external in terms of we as spiritual beings, and we don't let ourselves get carried away by those thought patterns, but rather we keep ourselves focused, and thereby we move onwards towards constructive destinations. We take our mental thoughts towards constructive destination, and in this way, we can make healthy choices and attain healthy results. And that making healthy choices and attaining healthy results is the essential principle and purpose of the practice of spiritual discipline. So when we start studying scripture, studying the Bhagavad Gita and internalizing its message, we will become more aware of our inner territory and of our movements within that inner territory, and we will ensure that we navigate that inner territory safely and productively. Thank you. Hare Krishna.